Yeah, and
And I know.
he sounded better today. I haven't seen him today. I just talked to him on the phone.
Wow.
Just being
Okay,
funny, you know.
I'm going to call this meeting to order. Look at 77. Meeting of the Nantucket Historic District Commission. It is 1:02 on Thursday, March 30th, 2017. Present, John McLaughlin, Susan Welch, Diane Coons, Val Oliver, and myself, Ray Cole, at the moment.
And Casper.
And Casper. Okay. If either of you want to tape record the meeting, let us know in advance. Okay? Meeting's being recorded. Can I have a motion to approve this afternoon's agenda? Thank you. All those in favor of Diane's motion? Aye.
Can you ask John if he has extra?
Okay. Any public comment? No. Okay. Hearing none, we're on to new business.
This is brand new.
Luke, you're up first.
I have one, if you don't mind a felt tip.
Nope.
Oh,
Okay, so we have a new dwelling.
Sorry, could you state your names for the record, please?
yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Wynn. I'm sorry, what was that? Michael Wynn. Sorry.
W-Y-N-N.
W-Y-N-N-E.
W-Y-N-N-E.
This new home is being,
Sorry.
this new home is being proposed, and I don't know if you guys are aware, but it was on consent the other night, the house that has a move off. This is as background. So this is a home that's going to replace an existing home. And if you recall the existing home, this has a very similar mass than the existing home. It's a simple box, but this is about 25% bigger in terms of some of the additions that we're adding. It's overall about 25% bigger. Than what's currently there. But again, just if we start on the and it's a Huntington home. If we start on the EL1, you can see that the east elevation, which is the faces the street, that main mass is similar to what will have to be moved off.
I'm looking it up.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah, this is the existing house.
Okay. There's the existing house, the one that's getting moved off. And it faces
Cape.
Hussey Farm as opposed to Hummel Farm.
Did Strickland used to own it? Mrs. Strickland? A former owner?
Strickland?
Strickland.
I don't know who the former owner is.
Oh.
Oh. How's your farm? Supposed to say.
Anything else to say about this, Luke?
It's really pretty straightforward. So,
Yes,
the,
it
the
is.
large dormer which faces the rear is, I think, could be viewed as a typical rear dormer from a functional standpoint. No, I think it's pretty simple. I don't have anything else to say.
And you want to? Okay. So we're all on this. John, you want to start?
Yes.
Oh, let the record reflect that Abby Camp arrived at 1:06. Hi, Abby. It's okay.
One comment, he window is an awning. Can you make a hopper or fixed?
Could do that, yeah. We can make it fixed.
Okay. My other comment? Thank you.
We're talking about the 3 windows in the dormers, John? Is that what the one you just pointed to?
All 4.
We were talking to the one at the base of the stairs on the first
Oh,
floor.
that's a view window. Okay. That's it, John?
Fixed but built in if you want hot air. have it tilted. That's my only comment. Thanks for the message.
Okay. Stephen?
Da-da-da. I think my only comment other than what John mentioned, I think it's appropriate. First of all, I think it's appropriate for the area. Nice design, appropriate for the area. There are some little things with fenestration that I might do differently, but they're not of any concern that I'd even bring them up.
Okay, so that's it?
Yep.
All right. Diane?
Well, I'll bring them up.
There you go.
The windows in the north and the south, elevation second floor, I think should be moved apart so they fill up that space a little more, if you can. Maybe even on the south elevation, you could put 3 windows there. I was just trying to see what it was on the second floor, but I think it's better proportion than having that big gable with just 2 stuff there. One of those windows is in the bathroom and the other is in bedroom 3. And it looks like, and the bedroom 2 and another bathroom, it looks like all the windows could be moved
Yeah, we can do that.
a little bit to give that better proportion. Other than that, I have no problem. The D windows that you're using on the first floor, is that because you're in the kitchen there?
The B,
D.
oh, the D, that's the kitchen, yep.
Okay. All right, that's all I've got to say.
Okay, thanks. Val?
I think it's appropriate, as is. It's cute. Even though the other house is a house I drew a million years ago and you're getting rid of it. I like it.
So, is this the sort of thing that we can, if you were able to accommodate Diane's concerns about the windows in the north and the south, is this something that we can do through staff?
Yeah,
I think so.
I could
Absolutely.
make a motion to that.
Okay, and could you give me sort of a specific, what we would want to do to those windows? I know you want them spread further apart, and John wants to have the E's and the B's either fixed or in swing. Beyond that, there was, I think, nothing, right?
No?
Okay,
So I make a motion to approve through staff with the windows on the north and the south elevation being separated at least a foot more. And the E's and B's windows to be inner openers, hoppers,
Or fixed.
or fixed.
Okay.
Okay, all those in favor of Diane's motion?
I.
Great.
Oh, okay.
Now that Abby is we will now alternate between Val and Stephen.
Okay.
For the alternate.
So this is a move on, which is Val's house. To Michael
I
Wynn.
suppose
We better let Steve sit on it.
Don't we have a pool in the shed already? You gotta move off, pool in the shed, I thought.
cute.
Different house.
Oh, so this is the house that is moving off. This is simply the move on. Okay. So, everyone, the house that we just approved has this house on it. Consent was to move it off. This is the move on now, and it's going to Brunswick Lane.
Yep.
Okay?
Sweet.
I mean, is it abnormality?
This is an affordable housing effort here that we're doing, and it's going to go to Michael Wynn, who's a local, and this is his chance to kind of get on board on the island with his own home. So it's actually going behind his sister's house, and it's gonna be, it's obviously 20% less than the main house, so it works from a zoning standpoint and second zoning standpoint. And, I think, it's pretty exciting to be able to, help the local guy out.
Absolutely.
Just curious how they're gonna get it hot back around the house.
Through that empty lot,
There's an empty
maybe.
lot, yes. Abby, I'll start with you.
Okay. Well, I think it's a great idea. I appreciate using the space and helping somebody out. And I think it's appropriate for the area, and I don't see any harm in
It
it.
certainly goes with the house that's there.
And that house is in front of this.
Right.
Right.
Basically gonna block it.
And it's presumably HDC approved already.
At some point,
Yes.
Yes, it is.
win-win.
Mm-hmm.
Make a motion.
Okay, that sounds fine. Anyone, any other comments from the board? And could you guys remind me, is it Val or Stephen that is sitting on this?
Steve can.
Steve, okay.
The only comment I would make, is, I don't think you can see it from the street, is just if you're gonna have shutters on the front, do all three windows.
I was wondering that too.
But, I mean, it's so minor.
I'll probably
Or take them off.
take them all off.
Yeah, it would be fine either way.
Okay.
So motion to approve subject to removal of shutters out the front.
Sounds fine. All those in favor of Stephen's motion?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
That's another one. Is Matt here?
You're all set.
All right.
Thank you very much.
These are all full.
Okay, Mr. Emeritus, approach the bench. So our alternate on this one would be Val. No.
No, he can do another one.
You don't want me on the new storage building?
What's that?
Love this. Okay, so, Quince Street,
Shuffleboard.
HSAC comments, no concerns. Where is? The repair of this house is good. This is a good thing to previously approved.
There's a couple of door style changes, the front entry door and the two side doors. And then there's one window, we're changing the style and sliding it slightly. We can reapply as a separate application, but there was one other thing that I wanted to bring up in case it was possible. The foundation is, I believe original approval was to maintain as existing or approve like kind. And this is 3 CMU block, and we can come back with a new application, but we would like to change it to brick natural brick instead of 3 CMU.
I don't think you're going to find any issues from our board on that one. We'll see. Okay, so revised front door, revised back door, and what else?
The window on the north elevation has been shifted and reduced from a 3/3 double hung to a 4-light window.
That's existing.
Yeah, so I'm fine with the brick foundation being, changing the cinder block to brick, natural brick. And the front door changing to a simpler, more historic, style. And in the back, I don't revise
So
This-
they had 12 or, yes, it's a 8 light. No, that's a 12 light, and this is,
8 light, what's,
No, I don't have a problem with 8 lights. I actually have 8 lights in my interior house, but I don't, because it's in the back of the house, I don't think really it's going to, the only thing you could do on a historic house is put the kick plate down at the bottom and make it a 6 light. Those are my thoughts.
okay, thanks. John?
It's gonna disappear, huh?
What's that, John?
The cupola on the back.
Yeah, it was previously approved to be removed, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna leave it off?
We plan to leave it off.
Doesn't look like it.
Stephen?
Just on the sheet A.2.1 on the west elevation, your F window, it doesn't show it as a 4-light. On the covered porch, you can't see it from the street, I don't believe, but I just, for consistency, there is a note there change to indicate that those are 4-light.
Where is that, Stephen? I'm sorry.
I think
Left side of number 4 west elevation. Under the covered porch that's an F,
Yes?
and the window schedule shows it as a 4-light.
Oh, and this is a 3/3.
And on the next sheet there was 1, but that's been changed to a 4-light. So just for consistency, I'd say
my assumption is they forgot to create a new letter and that they intended to keep it as a 3/3 as it's shown in the elevation. Would be, but you're right that they should have relabeled it.
just so it doesn't get, if it is visible, if it gets picked up on an inspection, you're not back here is all.
Sure.
Just so it's consistent. That's my only concern.
Thank you. Diane?
perhaps it's that small window, the F window is going to be a, did I forget to sign it?
No, you did.
Is
Didn't
over here on the north elevation, it's a 2/2. Which I don't know whether, and originally it was a 3/3. So I don't know whether that 2/2 is the only window of that type on the whole house. So maybe it should stick as it was before as a 3/3. That's oh,
What about just a 6 light? Sort
Six
of. Sorry, are you talking about the north?
yeah,
What if it was one of the tops of the?
yeah. That's
6
what
of the-
it was on the
Oh,
original
on
thing
the-
over here, and it just made more sense.
I agree
And-
with that.
I don't know, the eight window doors are bigger panes, and the 12 pane doors are smaller panes. I don't know. I think Abby's right with the kick plate, but I think the 8 pane doors are fine.
Okay. So,
Basically, just changing the window on the north elevation, the 2/2 to a 6 pane.
meaning leave it the way it is?
Leave it the way it is.
Right. And then, so we don't have to then do the wording, as Stephen pointed out, the fact that there's 2 different types of windows that are both being called F. We would just simply have it go, the F would be the 3/3, just like we see.
Right, just keep it a little more consistent.
Okay. So, does somebody want to make that motion?
So moved.
Could I make a quick request? Instead of a 3/3, I'm assuming that contentious because this isn't a shower. They probably didn't want a double hung. Can we make it a 6 light? Just fixed.
You want a hopper?
Fixed.
I think fixed is fine. Fixed rather than operable. Or
Okay, so that is with the window in the north elevation being fixed.
All right, so then that we'll have to revert back to Stephen's comment, because now we do in fact have two windows, both labeled F, that are essentially two different types of window, one a double hung, one a fixed casing. So just as long as that gets changed.
Which elevation was the double hung in?
It's on the west, I think, under that porch.
You sure you don't want them both just to be 6 light hoppers?
I need to ask the client, the other project manager. I'm not sure. If it's easier for now, just to leave it as a 3/3, I think that'd be okay, and then we can come back if need be.
I'd rather just get it off the table, honestly.
Yeah.
So, if I understand why you want to have a fixed window and not a double hung window in a shower, so I think that we can just have that be a fixed casement. So I think that the way the motion should read is that the north elevation window that's being changed will be changed to a 6 light fixed casement, and let's just call that window G, distinct from F, which is the one that's under the porch. All right? And I
In
think
the
that's,
west, under the porch is going to be a double hung.
it already is. So what I'm going to do is leave that just the way it is. It's labeled F. It's a 686.
So we don't need to mention that
And
at all.
so we don't need to mention that at all, but we do need to call this window G, the new one.
Okay,
The 6 light casement
in the
fixed.
west, in the north elevation.
North
So you
elevation.
don't have to have a
Correct.
chimney.
So that's your motion, Diane?
Yes.
Okay. All those in favor of Diane's motion? Aye. Thank you. All righty. So, Val, are you gonna be on the storage building now, Toscana?
Sure.
Oh, sorry. Teasdale Circles there, Old South is down
I know.
That's the airport.
there. Yeah, well, everybody's, yeah, that's the airport. This gets it.
I have one question, that's it. What's the height? There's an area height.
Application says 31.9, and that's every elevation.
And is that acceptable?
No,
What is it? 31.9?
I don't remember if there was some sort of a zoning.
I don't think we've done any height.
Not that I'm aware of. Sometimes if there's a slope lot, you can do that, but
I'm assuming if we were to get it through to see the next proceed with the planning board for an exemption for the height. But Not
Once
that
we
involved.
start inching up height,
Yeah, why would they grant that anyway?
right.
What's the extent
I
of
mean,
the
and why do you need it?
and you change the pitch of the roof,
There's no pitch on it either.
if you go to the section that shows the height and the pitch, you get the elevations, but it is
think we had that.
Third page? Oh, sorry. The copy I was given doesn't.
I would be,
The small front.
oh yeah, I see it. Well, and then, okay, so on here it says 20 feet, 4 inches, and 11.5. Okay, so 31.9. I don't think it's necessary to go to over 30, but I'd be fine if it was 30, just as is.
So we knock it in half.
Yeah.
Right, I would do that too, but not 31.
You
No.
know, why does the first floor have to be 20 foot 4 inches?
If for some reason we need to come back, we can do that.
And if that needs to stay, then the pitch would have to be less than 7, but there's a lot out there with less than 7.
Yeah. That looks fine.
Let's approve it as 30 if everybody's,
Yeah,
is that okay?
Yeah.
I am.
No windows at all, right?
No.
It is what it is.
Yeah. This storage building.
A lot of shingle.
It's like a barn.
Any other comments, John?
And they're shingling it, not metal.
No.
It's nice. And the length goes back into the woods.
So, can I have a motion?
Motion to approve with the height of 30 feet.
Good. All those in favor?
Aye. That is a sexy name.
I know. The character from John Travolta.
Where's your Hawaii pen? Where's your Hawaii pen?
I think it's a boat shed. Or, yeah, for boat.
A big ass shed. No, it's not.
Boat shed.
Just for the
You're
record,
on this sheet.
says this is Steve.
Yeah.
You will not see this house.
You aren't going to see this at all. Here's that one.
I went down. You won't see it, it's way back. You can't see it winter or summer.
No.
Wow.
So there it is.
Unusual.
Oh, so we need
I'm working on it, definitely atypical. But no back visibility. Can I make a motion? Sure. I'll make a motion. I'd note that it's atypical structure, but due to lack of visibility, approve it as submitted.
Okay. All those in favor of Stephen's motion? John, are you okay over there?
Yeah, just looking at it. A lot of dishes.
That's the roof beyond.
Yeah.
It's like a raised over.
The shadow lighting. Anyway.
Okay, all those in favor of Stephen's motion to approve?
Aye.
Great. All this good news you can get to bring back. Door and camera.
Wow. Has anyone ever applied for a camera before?
Oh, it really is a
Security.
camera. Oh, I remember.
We previously submitted a much larger proposed camera, so
What's going in this place?
second and third floors of residence and first floor and basement is going to remain what it was last summer, which I believe was like gallery studio slash gallery.
So you're moving the camera to the back?
We're
No,
proposing,
I think you're taking it out.
we're going to keep one on the front and the back, but just change the camera. We're proposing a much smaller camera.
Oh, I see, okay.
We also
We have a picture.
would like to change the front doors to cottage red, which I, at the time I submitted it, I didn't know what the clients wanted for a color, so I said they would bring a chip in, but it's one of the standard colors. I assume you're familiar with.
Cottage red?
Yes, they'd like the three front doors to be cottage red. Cottage red.
What's the camera look like?
Why do you have
I
to
think I
have it
put
on,
it in the application, but I'm not sure if it.
why do you have to have it on the front of the building? We don't have cameras.
I don't know. The client
I don't think that.
wants it.
Now, just while we're on that subject, here's historic structure said, no camera on west elevation, hide it in light fixture, question mark.
Oh,
What was the last part?
Hide it in light fixture, question mark, like, could they put it in the light fixture?
James Bond catalog.
Any other building that
it's all
has a
because of
camera?
Russia.
I don't think it's appropriate to have in our old historic district a camera on the front of the building.
Yeah, and it's actually larger and more conspicuous than I would have hoped.
You have to just have it inside the building towards the front door or something rather. I really don't think it's appropriate on.
What about on the east elevation? Do you mind it there?
That's the alleyway.
Yeah, that's the alley.
And HSAP didn't, I think they would have mentioned it if it were a concern for them. They
It's a
didn't.
cooking studio. I mean, who the hell's
They
going to break
could-
into that?
Yeah, we're going to rob the.
Electricity.
I think it's inappropriate.
So shall we approve the color change on the door and the camera on the back, just not the one in the front?
I would be all right with
Okay. Is that your motion?
that. Yes, motion to approve with three red doors, cottage red doors, and the camera not on the west front elevation, only on the east.
Great. Yes, George?
Yeah. These three air conditioners, existing or are they going to be?
They've already been approved.
They're new, but we did get them previously approved.
I'm sorry?
They are new, but we did get them previously approved in that location.
They were previously approved?
Yes.
We didn't have them covered?
I don't know. Circumstances.
They're in the alley, and they have to be up high because of flood, right?
Right.
You know, either put lattice around them or something, no? Anyway.
I think there's a trash thing in the way and something else.
Security camera.
So Abby, you had a motion.
I did.
Yes.
The three red doors, not on the front, the camera not on the front, but on the side. Was there anything else?
No, that was it.
Okay.
Okay. All those in
Motion to
favor
approve.
of Abby's motion?
Oh, Shaitan.
Aye. Here we are.
No, I'm not for it.
No, we took the camera off. Or
I'd not for the camera on the rear
Show
either
him
because
that
that's
80 units were approved.
live without it. That's just mine.
all right. So I think we have 4 in favor and 1 opposed. Okay.
You throw a brick at it.
Yeah. Civil disobedience. That's the approval. That's the current application. Next, Terry, Sanford, Jefferson.
No problem.
Demo. We're killing it. We might actually do this in an hour. Okay, Sanford. HSAP comments. Let's see. Steve, you're on this, right?
Yes.
Okay. HSAP, when was building constructed? Please look at Sanborn's, actually, back up. Are you sitting on this, Diane? Are you sitting on this? Cool. Maybe I'm confused about where this is.
This is Jefferson, it's not across from
yeah,
her.
This is my neighborhood, not your neighborhood. I get all these Sanford projects mixed up. Okay, so I know what he's talking about now. When was building constructed? Please look at Sanborn's and aerial photos. More info needed to document building. That was H7.
Oh, you didn't originally want to demo this building.
Yes, they originally came in to demo a portion of it, which was approved, but we're having issues with the planning board, I believe, for our parking requirement. So the new plan was to demolish the whole structure.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I think I
How
can
can you
speak for the
demolish
board.
your building so that somebody can
Put
park a
parking
car?
lot.
What is the age of this building?
I believe it's 1965.
And it says non-contributing in the survey.
It can be non-contributing as far as an important house, but it fits into the landscape that's been there. And I think to demolish a building so you can put a parking space in is,
It's also way over the setback, which I believe is also causing, trying to eliminate that problem.
Well, we worked with the proposed building with this in mind.
I've
And,
seen many times.
yeah, I'd like to see some more historic, so personally, I'd like to see some more historic, history on this. If you don't mind. Yeah, I'm with Diane on this. We're losing so many of these little buildings around the town, and they are contributing. They don't say they are, but they, in their own way, they are keeping scale down, and I think it's very important to remind them.
And it's an era that we can't just whip back to the early 1800s because we're not there.
Well, it also, I think we're missing the point about structures that are in their 40s and 30s, where it's still a history of Nantucket when there was not a lot of money.
Absolutely.
But it's what makes Nantucket are buildings like this, and what makes Sconset.
And even
It's-
the outskirts of the town have got little buildings. And we need to save some of these things.
I think there's still room to make some sort of parking, so I don't think it's a demolition seems harsh.
Make the proposed buildings smaller.
Demo or move?
No.
I don't think if it's not deemed historic that we have any right
We
to
have
say.
we have a streetscape
Am I on this one?
that it becomes part of.
Val, sorry,
I'm not on it, I
you're
don't.
not on it. I'm just curious.
Yeah, no, I just, it just seems like it's kind of a more loose. I would just suggest that we hold it for additional historical information and start from there.
Okay. Or maybe some alternative strategies in terms of, how to get parking in there.
I support that.
What's your thought?
I'm really torn, because it's a charming building. You know, it's like the North Liberty Street thing where it's a cute building, well scaled. We have moved this stuff off in the past, but, it's sort of, I almost feel like it's a little bit of a sleight of hand when you go and approve the new building with this one, ostensibly remaining where it is, and then after the new building is approved, now there's a demolition on the
For a parking space.
for a parking space.
A little more likely
Will
to
Matthew look into this?
Approved.
Who's going to find your historic?
We could focus on more maps. Beyond that, and maybe aerial photography, what else do you think we should provide? Anything else?
Is there, was there,
Sanborn maps and
is somebody living in it now? Has it been lived in for a while, or is it sort of abandoned?
I have no idea. Not that
Is
familiar
it-
with the project.
There's
Because
somebody
sometimes you
there.
can tell from the side, the outside sideboards or some sort of details on the inside how old the structure is. By,
said that it's from 1965. And then it did include historic survey. I'm not sure what date it has on it.
When I walked by, it seemed earlier than 65. but-
This is painted the same dark green that
Yeah.
the other house is, right? Yes.
I
Yes,
don't know. Seems
right now
like
it's a dark green, like it has.
And a view.
Okay. So, yeah, did you have a motion, Stephen?
Yeah, so it'll be to hold, and we want to determine any additional historical significance. The applicant provide whatever relative information, explore alternative parking arrangements, and a view.
Sounds good. All those in favor?
Aye.
You're off the hook. Okay, Joe. Okay, well, you're getting those drawings out over the other side. Oh, so is this an addition?
Yeah.
we're just adding on.
Okay, it says historic information, the house. Okay, this is a little bit. It says, house was built in 1968, and for some reason it's listed as contributed. And then, it says, check visibility, if visible, north elevation is over fenestrated. South and west elevations, probably not visible, but check. Okay. And, let's see, Val, we're back to you on this one.
Okay.
So you are correct. It is 1968 construction. If you are going up South Mill, Sam Hill's office is on the left, and this is way up, tucked in the back. It's about 250 feet up on the hill. It's this little driveway, and then
Behind Sam Hill's shop?
on the other side of Sam Hill's.
On the other side.
So it's not even on the street. So you have a little glimpse of the front north gambrel facade.
That little entrance to Angola?
No, it's the
Here.
next. It's on the other side of Bernie Bartlett's garage. It's Maggie Meredith's house.
Yeah, it's
Need a
her
better
old,
Yeah.
it's her old house.
It's Wayne.
That's something, okay, so it's, yeah.
Where's the mill?
Was
Mill.
Yeah.
Didn't we just do it over a couple of years ago?
No.
Joe?
No,
This hasn't been touched in probably 10 to 15 years.
right.
10 years.
This is Bernie Bartlett's house in Pleasant, his garage. I never even knew this
I'll ask you
existed.
about it after this.
And then that's Angola.
Yeah.
So this is like behind.
It's tucked away.
It was just in front of the planning board to get
Which
the
I had like
separation.
6
That's Val's.
What's that?
I was just remembered that was in front of the planning board to get a waiver for the second dwelling approved.
Correct.
The separation.
Correct. And we're still going through the process.
All right, so now that we know where it is,
So there's a mixture of windows, fenestration, etc. Some are Boston sash, 1960, but a majority of them are Andersons that have been replaced. And a lot of them back and sides, and they're double glazed. So we're going to remove all of the fenestration and go in with new Marvins. Because the other ones are failing or rotten. And then one problem that we have is that everyone likes to go in the side entrance. And so what we want to do is that's why we have a portico on the north elevation, kind of direct people towards that front door. And then there is a chimney in the middle of the gambrel section, and we want to move that to the other side and have a more, living room dining room kitchen connection that works better within the house. So there's already a picture window there, and we wanted to add another one on that same north elevation. On the north elevation, there's a single dormer, and we want to put a double dormer so we can get a bathroom upstairs. Right now, it doesn't meet code. Right. And then on the rear south elevation, there's a wooden deck, and then we'll go to a stone patio, and lower the grade in the rear by about a foot. And on that back, we would like to do nano wall French doors, but it's not seen from anywhere, from any of the streets. So the cupola is existing, but we'd like to get it, instead of having vented, we want to do it with a glass because we're going to change the second floor first to the third floor.
No, it's tucked in under that bank.
So that, wait, those are skylights, and this is where all this are there skylights existing?
There are some. You want pictures?
Ooh, John's gonna catch it.
You can't see it from anywhere. So right now it's really dark in the space, low
Yeah.
ceiling, so we're trying to get as much light as possible.
Okay.
One, there is no cardinal point. Where is the north? In relation to this.
Oh, sorry. This one. Sorry, car.
North is this way?
Yeah. The mill's up here.
Huh?
The windmill's up here. This would be Meredith's.
Okay. This elevation here is north?
Yes.
Okay, that's north. All right. North elevation, I think the, roof road is
So this is existing. That's proposed.
I gotta get this down pat. There's so much changes here in the structure. I remember when it came in, had a lot of problems with it. These windows are not double hung. 9 lights.
Yeah, hoppers.
Huh?
Hoppers.
Okay. Did you state that in the application?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just curious. Find a lot of changes in this up there. These are hoppers, H2s.
Those are pictures fixed? Pictures fixed?
Fixed.
Yeah. I just thought the whole thing's got me. That's where I got there on that hill.
Yeah.
These are existing.
One is. We would like to get 3 more.
Okay.
It's on the back
Now,
side.
is this boarding on the side of this
It's,
dormer?
there's existing boarding on the dormers, so that's a new dormer, and we were hoping to match the existing. If you look here, John.
Right. This dormer here.
No, this is new, but if you go to these, in the front, hey, roll one back one sheet for me. These cheeks are already got 1x6 painted white. So that's existing.
I just, you know,
Is the bank.
these here,
Pictures?
you know, whether this can be seen,
And,
is my question. The road in the back. Looking up
and
the hill.
Steve,
Looking up
can I see the pictures?
Yeah.
If you're down here,
John needs to see this.
looking up the hill.
You're
There's
starting
a lot
to
of questions I have, you know, on the whole
I'm gonna pull it up.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, number one, I think that's going to be visible.
John, just so you have some context, it's pretty heavily wooded in there. This is the property.
Right.
This is north, so that's the gambrel. And then.
And when the property
This
was
is pretty
sold on the north side, all those trees have to remain as a view easement, so no one can build in front of it.
Like this
So
to bring
before
it
they
out.
sold it, they
like this to
put
bring
that
it
on the
out.
deed, and then
All right,
It's all trees.
This house, the Crowleys live up
Yeah.
the big house behind the old mill. Their property
Oh,
goes
yeah, yeah.
out and then it drops down. And if
That's
you
right.
remember, it's
See all the trees.
behind, in front of Maggie's house, there was another artist who lived there. She was Elizabeth something, I can't remember her last name.
Solvestall?
Yeah,
You can't go up it.
but the bank
They haven't
where the
given up.
Crowley's house is and dropping down to Maggie's is significant.
Yes.
You would not, I don't think,
That's going to be,
unless
don't
you
show
were
it.
standing up on
They only
Mimi's
go
porch,
here.
looking out, that you could see Maggie's house,
Google.
anything
they'll
on
do
the
it.
south elevation. And actually
Good question.
on the east
this
elevation,
is south, he said, so that's the east elevation.
just put in your mind, it's a
East or did you
big
west?
east elevation
East.
because you've got.
east elevation you really can't see. All you see is that gambrel then. And a little bit maybe of that 1A window where there's, I think there's a door.
I used to kid
But, I mean, you can see it today.
Crowley's. And,
There's one door in this elevation. You can see at an angle.
Down the drive.
Downhill, yeah.
It's pretty wooded.
It is about 250 feet from the lot line bound to that corner of the house.
There's a dormer right across here.
Hey, John,
Right, yeah.
do you want me to come back to you?
I got one more thing.
All right.
This elevation here,
Yes.
right, these are hoppers, you said?
Yes.
I got it now. Thank you for your time.
I think that the originality of Maggie's house has been kept in creating this house, which follows where it has been for the length of time. I doubt whether you could see anything of the south elevation because of the bank from behind the old mill, and I think it's proportioned well on the property, and it's tucked in such a way that it's hard to see anyway, so I don't have a problem with it. I don't mind the cupola, because it's there. How much, is it gonna get any bigger, Joe?
The only expansion on this is a master bathroom.
No, she meant the cupola.
Oh, it's probably about 9 inches larger all the way around, just to get the light, and then that will flood into the bedroom.
And
It's
I
very
don't
low
mind the chimney
surface.
going to the outside. I think it's
Yeah, that's
addition to the property. That's all I have.
Val?
I appreciate the additive massing and think you've totally kept the integrity of the original structure. The only thing that I'm questioning, and it may or may not be seen, is the shutters on, I guess what's supposed to be looking like it's a barn.
yeah. We were trying to change up some of the element. Originally,
'Cause
we
that's the only view you can see, really, up the driveway is.
yeah. You can see that one.
Yeah. But other than that, I think it's a nice job, Joe.
Thank you.
Abby, you please.
Yeah, this is Haven't seen a house like this in a while. It just looks like it'd be really fun to live in. It just looks really enjoyable. I think you've done a great job renovating it. Just a few comments.
Okay.
The front door, I think, would be more successful if it didn't have a hip gable on top of it, that it was just there simply. It would make that quieter.
Yeah, the only reason we did that is just to direct people to that element, and we looked at tying it into the gambrel, and it just felt awkward, so
It
that's...
just seems like a new architectural style, and there's so much going on. I wonder if you might be able to simplify that somehow. That was just my one thought on that.
Can I just make sure I fully understand? Are you objecting to the hip roof over that, or are you objecting to the porch, sort of
No,
old porch?
just the hip roofs.
Just the
just-
fact that it's
yeah.
a hipped roof?
Yes,
Maybe
so,
it's,
so
maybe a gable.
if it was
I think that's what,
simple,
Okay.
the gable.
yeah, well, gable might go back to
Right.
but I guess that's where you're coming from there. But it's just a suggestion. And then the introducing new siding, I think is a little, I know it's a fun house, but it's a little, seems a little trendy.
What is the, is it painted?
That would be painted 1 by 8.
South elevation, to the left of the nano doors.
What color, Joe?
Just white, match the rest of it.
Ah,
I didn't see that.
On the
And it's
south,
up in the dormer on the little salt box shape on the far right. of
The dormer cheeks,
the dormer cheeks are white,
or what?
yes.
and they're already like that?
Yes, that's why I kept that detail on the east elevation dormer, and then carried it around on that little kitchen board.
And then my final comment is are the nano doors. I mean, even though you can't see them, I think there's just so many different types of windows. It'd be nice to have a paned, maybe with a kick plate, to refer back to its,
Would you mind?
yeah, just,
Plain glass.
but I appreciate keeping the chimney. Diane and I love chimneys. And I think putting glass in the cupola makes it work better than just the vents. Thank you.
So, I don't have anything to add to that, but,
What does anybody feel about the shutters? That was one question that
I
came
think
up.
they're kind of fun. Didn't you say they relate to a barn?
No, I mean, I think that's why he put them, it's trying to make that inference, I just am not sure. But
Is it the
that is
style
a
of the
minor
shutter, or is
thing.
it the-
If you guys think they're fine.
I think they're
What about the nano doors or whatever they were?
Yeah, I thought they should be painted, but you can't see them, so it's not really enough for the.
right. And I think Diane's description of the topo there and the fact that that house up on the hill is basically looking down on this thing is proof of the fact that the south elevation won't be visible.
I think that that's all true, absolutely, but having Abby pointed it out, I don't know if I'm comfortable with having a whole wall of vertical white painted board, whether you can see it or not.
You've already done it here. It could be,
Okay,
keep it simple.
okay.
So you want to remove some of the white painted board?
Not on the dormers, just on that wall.
Okay, so which
That's the
elevation?
south
The
Yeah,
south elevation.
Well, I'm not in favor of the sidewall, vertical sidewall. Anyway, I think it should just be something shingled.
So south elevation and dormers should be shingled.
Gonna leave it
The
natural?
dormers are already.
Dormers already have that detail.
Okay, so it would be the south elevation,
This is
If Joe gets rid of it
First
himself,
floor.
Yeah,
all that.
there's a big tree here.
to be shingled, right?
Yeah.
that would be.
Could I do it just out of 1 by 8 cedar, natural?
Natural to weather is a little more palatable because then it will just blend in with the shingles, but not white.
Which one goes over best, the natural to weather or the shingle?
Okay, that's a garage.
What's that? Sorry, missed it.
No, we're kind of pulling each other.
Gotcha.
We're trying to find out how to
think I
You're
got
the
it.
one that proposed the natural to weather,
Yes.
right? I wouldn't mind that, particularly given the limited to zero visibility of that back. White, yeah, if it were all white, you know, I think if there's a chance that it could be seen, it would certainly be
Right.
seen as white.
Right.
Okay, now that nano wall stuff, I don't know whether you can do a kick plate on it.
You can.
You can?
Yeah.
Oh,
They do single glaze kick plate.
Oh, well, I think my point was that you on the front of the house, you already have the French doors.
Right.
So I think it would.
Okay. Mirror.
So how many
On that
paints?
side.
Well, what are they, eight? What are the French
Like
doors
this.
on either side of them?
One is 8.
2,
and I think
4, 6, 8.
Yeah, 8 with a kick panel.
Okay, nano should be 8 with a kick plate, right?
sounds good.
And on the south elevation, it's going to be natural to weather.
Right, and do we want to change this hip roof over the front door from a hipped roof to a gable?
I don't mind it as hip, but I don't mind it as gabled either.
What did you think, Abby?
I thought it looked busy. Where is it?
If it's a
Not
gable, it
really
will
gonna
have
see
more
on the
trim.
side. It's surrounded by these
So we don't have-
masses.
So I don't quite understand. Does this hip back into the roof?
Yes.
Okay. No, I'm all right with that.
Okay, so we'll take that out.
Anything else?
So the chimneys you want to keep? Is that?
No, I think the
We appreciate
consensus
it.
No,
is
they
that
like
it's
you're
moving
putting
of
that
it.
one
You
in.
kept
Okay.
it. We appreciate that you kept it.
Okay, so it sounds like we have a motion.
With provisos.
Right. Diane, you've written all that down.
Yes.
Do you mind making the motion?
No, the south elevation wall will be natural to weather. The nano doors on the south elevation also will be 8 paned with a kick plate. And the hip roof is to remain, so we don't have to worry about
Yeah.
that.
Don't worry about that.
So those are the only two things
The only thing that I would add to the very first one is it says natural, but it should be natural vertical board,
Okay,
as opposed to, say, natural shingle or whatever. Yes, John?
I have my other comment. Could we add on the motion that the 4 skylights in one roof plane at this time are not visible
Yes.
from the public way?
The only reason that they're getting approved is lack of visibility. I think there's a few things on here.
So it's really just the south, a few minor things.
That's fine. So I have one question. So more than 50% of the windows in there are double glazed Andersons. So could I, and we're 250 feet off the street, could I go back to a double glaze and not do an ADL? Do an SDL? TDL?
it's within the
I mean, it would be nice to get the house as much energy efficiency as possible. I mean, we're
Is it
gonna.
in the OHD? I guess it is.
It is. But it's so, not, I mean, if you think about the OHD, there's few houses that are this far off the street.
Yeah.
And so that
Well,
was the
and
only,
we've done it,
I mean,
so
I think,
much, Joe. You only can trade off so much.
I'm asking a question. You can say yes or no. And
well, I
it's
just
a,
wanted to remind the
See how it's
board
saying
that
it?
we
Do you
just
not like it?
approved a couple places in the OHD in the rear of these buildings where they can't be seen from a public way to have SDLs.
That's correct.
As
I'm-
long as the front facade stayed TDL, what you could
know,
see.
what
We
is the
did
front
that up on the cliff and we did it on Main Street.
yeah, I mean, normally if it was on the street, I would never ask this question to you. But where it's so far set back, that's
Which
the reason.
elevation do you want to put those windows in?
Well, all, of
No,
course, but
no
I
change
mean,
in
it's, because it's so much,
the north.
there's,
no, that was, I figured I would ask the question because truly that north gable gambrel elevation is what you can see with the dormer, and then one or two of the windows in the salt box. So that was why I figured I would ask the question, and due to the distance off the street,
Did you say you're using marble?
yeah.
Marble. You know, at that distance,
They're not gonna look any
unless,
different.
unless
Okay.
you had eagle eyes, you'd not ever be able to tell that they were insulated glass.
That's kind of
They're
why.
white.
Unless you did have eagle eyes.
White.
I'm all right with it.
I am too.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Is that a,
Is that part of the motion?
did you request that?
No, but I have prepared
Okay,
window
so well,
schedules.
then
Oh.
you should enter that in.
Windows to be SDL.
Marvin,
Marvin
specifically.
SDL. As per, could you just write Exhibit
Exhibit
A
A.
in there? As per Exhibit
Due to lack of visibility.
A, due to lack of visibility, exactly.
Bit, B-I-T.
Exhibit IT.
Exhibit.
IT.
B?
Oh, it's too early. We're behind.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Here we go.
Abby, I worked with them, so I know
All
what
right,
to
so
do.
all those in favor of Diane's motion? All those in favor of?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Now we've got the,
That's a lot
That's house looks like it's gonna be more fun to party in than when I was a junior in high school.
Oh, yeah? Did you know that house?
On that house. On Friday nights. No, it's
Which house?
George Murphy?
This one, really?
Nice house. Hot tub in the back.
Party house?
no, is there?
There was.
Where is that?
On that house.
Here.
I just know from the driveway going up, yeah.
It's a very cool house.
It is cool.
This is the existing. And this is all brush. All this is brush.
Okay, here's, HSAP on the cottage. I think this says H2 windows are oversized. That sound right?
If they're the ones behind the
Oh, yeah.
doors.
Actually, they are they windows or doors?
They're, I was trying to make them look like doors that would convert into windows.
Okay. H2 windows oversized if visible, otherwise no concerns.
That is replacing the existing window. That
We
is
don't
there.
have, do you have a picture of that, John?
Should be in the packet.
And that's the
No, I
windows.
thought I had submitted a,
No, you did, just one though. There
no, I
it
thought
is.
that existing conditions. John, do you have existing conditions?
No,
So you don't have a little
Bigger one like this, Joe, or?
It should be EX1. Sorry, this is existing, and so the only thing I'm doing now is I'm just gonna add a step pocket.
You mean it looks like that?
Yeah. Except for this, except for this.
is it this?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're really just replacing a picture window that's there.
Right, I need to meet the
Stub
DP
pocket.
rating, so what I'm gonna do is add a stub pocket. They flex during storms. And then it'll be matching the main house as well, the detail.
Okay. On the, page C11, C1.1, proposed cottage north elevation, that is facing the road.
That is facing Bernie Bartlett's house. That's facing the Bartletts, more towards Moore's End.
You gave me this one here, you said half is this.
Yeah, so the main house is here.
Hey,
This is Bernie Bartlett's right here. Right there, you got it right. So it's this elevation, and then you drive up South Mill this way.
I'm in the South Mill. You can see the garage from South Milton, that's what I'm trying to make.
Here's,
You will not. It's
Here.
tucked in.
Here, John.
does he want the pictures?
That's how, no, this is all trees. You can't see spot.
Is it the same people?
And this is
Name
right
it,
about
not
here.
Stephen?
No, same.
Okay,
It should be the same.
okay.
So this is over here, so the garage is gonna go here. So we're just replacing this.
Okay. I see, I think it's gonna be visited, this double unit here.
No,
But,
you can't see it now and you won't see it.
So
back
John-
in the
It already
garage.
exists.
That unit
It exists. That big picture window
Can you
exists.
show them the picture?
Yeah, they're
You just put in a,
replace it, but with similar.
Right there. No, the first one.
Over here.
No, actually, there you go.
In the garage going in,
Yep.
Oh,
right. I think you can see this from the street.
yeah, but what they're saying is, this replaces this, which is very similar.
So this window's here, and I'm coming out 15 feet in front of you. You'll never see it. But it's existing.
This is really got me buffering.
well, there's a lot going on.
I know, Joe, I'm not sure, do you need to make that look like a door? Then it's like this series of different doors across that facade.
I was trying
It's part
to
of
change
the
it up, but
fun.
yeah. But if you want shingles underneath, I can do shingles underneath.
No,
It's the mass is very vertical when you're there, so that's why I was trying to add some character and add the little portico.
it's set back.
Okay.
Motion to approve is submitted with his amended window schedule.
With the amendment.
Nice job.
Thank you. All those in favor of Al's motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Amended window schedule isn't there, Marvin SDL, so I don't.
Right,
Yes, that's
exhibit A.
Exhibit A.
Oh, you know what, did I sign the other one? Did I?
No, I have revisions to make.
Oh,
If you want
right.
to sign it, go ahead.
Wait, I thought we approved it, no?
Yeah, I thought we did.
We did approve it,
So after that.
Yeah.
so I didn't sign it, that's all.
Okay, who's that?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to come back, we'll be glad to see you.
Okay. 11 Cedar Circle. There you go.
I didn't.
All right.
Thanks, Barry.
But yeah, quick It's deep in there.
Yeah, so it's pretty much an addition to the, in the front.
Is that for
The main
storage?
Which one?
The front?
No, it's the entry, the main entrance. So the front door is, and then the back there is pretty much for entry for the basement. Instead of the bulkhead. Yeah, that's a funny idea.
No, that's built.
So mudroom entry on the front.
It's just a.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, so you, Stephen, you're on.
That's the basement entry.
Yeah.
What is it?
I got a question. I
What is
feel,
that?
I feel like the gable is really tall, and that's because you're lining up the eaves. Is
Yeah.
there any reason it needs to be that tall, or could you just basically bring the eaves down?
Can bring it down. It was for the builder to make it easier to connect everything. Yeah, connect the overhangs because there is still a little overhang also.
Yeah, well then, could you fill up that space up there with like a little window or something?
Yeah, that's
I
what I
tried
was
it. It would have to be very small window.
Yeah.
There is
Well,
not much space.
small,
Well,
you
let's
can
hear
get them
what-
small.
Let's hear what everybody else has to say. Go ahead.
All right, I am confused on the east elevation. What is that thing on the left?
It's the basement entry.
It's the basement entry, yes.
That's east, so you should see it on the south.
You don't see, there is another building.
I don't see it on the south.
I guess I don't
Yeah,
understand
it's
it
behind,
either.
it's in the back, it's in the back,
But-
you don't see
but-
it from the road.
But you've got to see it on one of the elevations, it doesn't disappear. I want to see what it looks like.
You know, that's a really bad detail too, because what it's gonna do is the water's gonna basically
Yeah.
rush down and slide right into the side.
Yeah.
And the
I know,
dormer is,
that's, it's not really okay, I mean, but it can be flushed, but there will be lots of water. of
I
course.
need to see what it looks like. It has to be drawn on one of these elevations. And the dormer on the south elevation
It's
Is
on,
there,
is too big.
It's existing.
it's existing, yeah.
Oh, it's
So,
already,
yeah, it's
I
pretty
thought
much-
it had the thing around it.
It's
So the
pictures,
front door is
picture
all they're
one
putting in.
existing already.
and this thing, whatever it is, which is
I think it's an
bizarre,
arm's length.
What is,
and that's a
Yeah.
shower.
All right, well,
You can send it this way too.
Oh, it exists.
So,
That's kind of cricket.
that's,
this does
another
not, that,
building.
that pointy thing does not exist.
Why would you do that? That's asking
It's
for
because,
rock.
it's because they want to close it, they don't want to lose the windows, so they're just trying to get right below the window sill with the roof.
Why
Because
wouldn't
there's
you
the
just
window.
take the roof and shut it off?
Because they lose the window.
I don't understand it.
Couldn't this thing go somewhere else?
No, because the existing bulkhead is right there.
Then just have an open
And
stairway.
Why not just do a normal, like a Bilko thing that comes down?
That's what it is right now, yeah.
he wants
Oh.
They want to have
I
the
don't-
door, the real door to
Oh,
enter
so,
the
where is that
basement.
on? I'm looking straight on this.
Okay. Diane, what are you trying to say over there?
I'm saying
We don't have a floor plan, number
that,
one.
that I don't understand it, and if it's something that goes over the front door on the proposed south elevation,
No, that's the rear.
right.
That's in the back.
So this, you should see this on the south elevation, so this thing around the door on the south elevation has got to be this. Looking at it, I don't think you
I know
need
what-
that.
Is this open? I'm sorry, let me ask, I
know
think I
what you
can
mean.
clarify. Is this open? There's no wall here.
It's doors. There's the door.
This is a door on the outside face?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a door and
So
you go
this
down.
is what you're looking at, if I may.
Right?
This wall actually has a
There's the
door,
door right there.
which is that. I thought that was a section, so I was confused.
No, but how did you get,
You
this
just-
is a door going
Into the
downstairs,
basement.
It's like an old bomb shelter.
but it is inappropriate.
Yeah, I wasn't suggesting, but
Yeah.
just
Going
so
to
He
you know what
wants to try to save
Yeah,
the window
going right
that's
off the,
here.
and then, well, then you
Right.
put
Yeah,
those
but it's-
windows on the gable.
Steve, can I see that picture?
Yeah. This is a different.
Well, so put some windows on either side of this.
Yeah.
So it's going, going down.
It's too weird.
Yeah.
That's the main
You were thinking of bumping this whole thing out and having it a gable, like a shed roof, and then you could put windows on either side.
But then you'd be looking from, if that's, say, the kitchen, you'd be looking through a window into like this area way.
It could be a pantry, man.
Open stairwell. Should we view it?
in the back.
Where is this one?
That's,
Cedar
Owens.
Circle.
That was in Owens Lane.
Where does he say that one is?
That's,
I'm on this. I don't have, I acknowledge it looks very strange. Clearly it's been approved or built. I would just suggest a viewing. Because if it's not visible and it accomplishes some real purposes for the structure, I wouldn't have an issue with it. Personally.
I think that's a good idea.
But a viewing, I think, is critical.
Can I just suggest one more thing
I
on that
think it
front
is
door?
visible.
That your fascia strip come across on the front door, your fascia strip come across, and maybe there's a little 2/2 window in the there to give it, because you're creating a pediment, yeah. So you might as well embellish
you
it.
can put a little window, yeah.
So, Steve, Stephen, would you like to follow through on your motion?
Yeah, I'd make a motion for a view, and Abby, were you looking to have some modification made to the
Yeah.
To the front gable coming forward on that north elevation.
What was that?
That you bring the fascia strip across the whole front of the house and creating a pediment that you then put a small tube over to window in the
This is the whole
pediment.
Terry, did you get that?
Vision.
Okay. That was my motion.
Okay. All those in favor of Stephen's motion?
Aye.
Okay. 6 Raceway. Raceway? No takers. Okay, can I have a motion to hold 6 Raceway for representation?
So moved.
Number 11, we're going to hold for representation. All those in favor of Diane's motion?
Aye.
Okay, and then so now we're on to 31 North Pasture.
Hey, guys.
Okay.
We're on 31.
I've lost track.
That's what accessories are for, right?
Val or Stephen? Ready?
So that's what was existing prior, front photo.
Could be, yes.
That's the real deal.
Wait. We're looking at North Pasture.
Or a septic.
Yep. Oh, did we skip one? No, I think you guys held it for
He said it was
representation.
greenhouse because he wasn't
We,
here.
right,
Oh.
that was hold for representation.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So that front photo is what was existing on the front of the house there. It was like a older
Metal.
70s, 80s metal kind of coverage on that front deck there.
Okay.
Nice paper.
That's Post Corner, they do a great job.
Jeez. For life.
So this is the west, I think, right?
It's north.
Well, that's, so the north is for this bottom left, the south is for the bottom right, and then the west is the top.
Oh,
Do you see that? How the
I
each
do.
section-
Oh, yeah.
So this is what it looks like, where the tub and the shower are. And there was a shower there prior. We're just adding, enhancing it by adding
John, are
an
you
actual
paying
depth.
attention?
This is where the shower was prior. This is that top elevation that you're looking at there. That page, actually.
Can you see? You can't see the north elevation.
You really, this is the street.
Right.
It's up on the hill, pretty
Right.
well, and then this is like at the top of the hill in the driveway.
But it's on the water side, right?
It's on the water side, correct?
Yeah.
Well, no, it's all, it's not on the water side, it's on the opposite side. It's all conservation land behind. It abuts all conservation land.
Okay. I got it.
So it's like at the end of the circle on, before you head
Yeah.
to the back of the circle there. You're speedy, Steve.
This? Okay, so that's, so that's the water,
Right there.
way at the top.
Is that-
Literally no water on property.
Well, my uncle has one in his front yard, but it's a joke. This looks very serious.
Yeah, it's pretty,
not like that.
it's pretty
I'm
heavy.
talking about.
It's not like an animal tub.
He has like
Yeah,
an old
yeah.
clawfoot or something. Do you want to do this one?
No, go ahead.
And then here's the pergola structure to replace. This is a wooden, Walpole Woodworkers pergola to replace
Oh, okay. That's all, I'm sorry.
what was there metal-wise.
Oh, this is in plan.
Exactly.
It's the draft, so it's just the software.
Am I confusing?
Is,
I don't,
The shower?
Yeah,
I think it's only
12.5 feet high.
how tall?
12.5 feet.
No.
the scale is different on this.
That must mean it's,
It's a 6-foot shower.
What's the scale of it?
half inch. Yeah, but it's half inch.
All right.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be quarter inch.
She's trying to.
The larger full elevation is 1/4 inch. For the side ones, we did it larger, sorry.
Is that pergola natural to it?
Natural leather, yep. Cedar.
Comments
It's
from the board? Diane, what do you think?
I think that the way the north pasture goes in this house that's set there, that you won't see the east elevations. East elevation facing,
The, like, conservation,
Yeah.
and the end of the circle there, yep.
right.
What about north? Can you see north? Can you see this elevation with the top?
Not really, and I think, did I pass around that photo? I think John has the photo there. This is that north elevation, and it's kind of tucked, all this brush is there, and then the rest of the house, this elevation is all in front of it, all here.
What's his name who did the
When
electronics?
Oh.
I think that's what it is. I think
That's
it
like
was
where the tub and the shower would be
This
tucked
is
behind.
going up.
That's going up to the main
this-
deck where the pergola
where
is,
the-
yep.
Okay.
I think you'll have trouble seeing all of it, won't you?
I think so.
Is this,
Here's the
what's his name
front
who
deck.
did the electronics? Owned by him?
I'm not sure.
Bert,
Yeah.
No, who had Radio Shack? No,
I think it was recently just sold to a new
Yeah.
family from Connecticut. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's that one.
But still.
It's still going to be hard to see. I don't have a problem with them.
One question. Is it stone Avalon tub? Is that
Natural
listed
to
as
weather.
part of architecture or part of landscape?
it's gonna be on the deck,
Part of the bathroom.
Attached to the house and part of the
Yeah.
deck, so I wasn't sure.
part of the architecture.
Part of the
separate.
bathroom, John.
First time I've ever had.
It is a
someone
hardscape
request it.
material, you're correct,
No,
John.
outdoor tub. They're gonna be the new fire
Maybe
pits.
you should call them.
So that when HUC goes for an inspection, says there's a tub, not a planter.
Well, I don't even know why you.
I'm fine with it due
All right.
lack of visibility.
Okay. You wanna make a motion?
Motion to approve is submitted due to lack of visibility. Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so now we got, 135 Woolwinnet Road.
Oh, sorry. That was the accordion.
Luke was here. And now he's not. Okay. We're gonna, can we hold that one for representation?
Well, do you want me to text him? He might be in the hall.
So hold it.
Hold for
it, yeah.
representation.
Okay. Is he out there? No.
No. Okay, so who made the motion to hold for rep?
I will.
Okay, so all those in favor of holding, number 1 under views for representation?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Now we are on to 30 Main Street. Sponsored. Wow, she's back.
You can breathe. Separate call.
Ricola.
Let's get this done nice and fast.
What were those?
Let's go done in 15 minutes. All right, all right. Very small next to
Oh, yeah.
or you'll lose me.
No, we're not gonna leave. We just have one more. Okay, here. Hey,
Fire pit and
I'm
bocce
giving
pool.
Hold on.
this to Stephen.
do
He's
we
gonna
have
do the
sconset
next
advisor on
He's going
this?
to do the next one?
No,
Both.
It should be.
I don't think they met actually. Yeah, I don't have a sheet from them, so.
Fire pits, sports court.
Yeah, so what the client would like to do is we've already got the pool and all of that program in the back approved. So now if they wanted to add a fire pit and a bocce court.
I know, but,
Hold the umbrellas here.
right, the new.
The new
one.
umbrellas.
But there's a driveway. And you have a view of this, so I'm concerned about that.
Yeah, I like bocce.
Okay, so we're reviewing the bocce court
And the fire pit.
that's it.
Everything else is already approved.
18-inch raised.
So it's just like 18-inch stone custom fire pit, and then we were gonna do a regular bluestone patio around it with grass joints.
You say irregular.
Irregular, meaning irregular, with grass joints, so it'll kind of blend in. And then the bocce court is just gonna be stone dust.
Privet is existing, or is that?
Privet is existing, and there's a tall privet hedge that runs up Maury, and they've got a privet hedge that runs down Main.
This privet doesn't exist right
Yeah,
now.
I think when the homeowners, the new people put in privet, didn't they?
Not yet.
Or they put
not
they put a
yes.
guard. They got a garden in. Then yeah, we're gonna
Well,
put this.
if you all want to pass this, I have to say that this has to be doubled up.
Okay.
I would also extend that to looking for, it's winter, and I went out to Wisconsin,
Sure.
and I'm looking through to where the swimming pool is going to be, and we don't have any swimming pools in Wisconsin that you can see that I know off the top of my head.
Well, keep in mind we're gonna have that 4-foot picket fence around it, and we've got 12-foot
Okay.
horn beams that are
True.
going in.
Can I just ask a question? I thought they didn't allow pools in the old.
We approved this.
It's
though.
it's
You
outside of
and
it.
I-
It's the zoning is such that we could have that pool there, and you guys approved it, and we started building.
We
So please don't change
did
your
this time.
No take back.
We did it.
Okay, I do remember.
Yeah.
Right now, it's not.
So are we at beef up the landscaping?
Yes,
Yeah.
beef up the hedge, like double up, I want this
On that back
privet
hedge?
doubled up between the two properties, and I think also down Maury Lane, I mean, something.
Well, down Maury Lane we have the
Or
really
going into your own private, going in,
Between the two properties?
yeah, in between the back of the yard here that's landscaped with that bluestone, the swimming pool, this,
So you want another row in
Yes.
front of that, but
Yes, I
that's
do.
going to be picket.
yes.
So picket, and
Yeah.
then we already have privet on one
Yeah,
side.
I think this should be doubled up. I just want to make sure
Okay.
nobody's driving down Maury Lane and they look through that driveway opening and they're going to see it. So
Is it may I ask, is it existing?
What
The
the?
privet that Abby's talking about, that area?
I thought there
No.
was, but we can put if you
No,
want to make it a
honestly, I
stipulation,
was
we'll put a
just
double
there.
privet hedge.
yeah, I was just there.
Or could I suggest as an alternative, not just one or the other, it could be one or the other, would be an evergreen privet?
No, I think the privet is appropriate for this area.
With the round of stuff there. What about the?
How tall do you want them? Like 5
Just
feet?
just go with what's going on in Maury Lane,
Okay.
whatever that is.
All right.
Okay.
What about the bocce court? What do you?
So that sits flush with the ground. So you just have like a little trim around it. It's like they play it.
I know what
yeah.
bocce
That's
is.
why
Yes.
I'm trying
So
to
we're gonna do
discuss
Your
stone dust.
cabin has one,
Yes.
and
And the fire
it
pit?
is well,
Because you can see,
you know, hidden.
if you turn into the new
Because
dwelling, you can see right.
I'm not
into
sure
that.
yours has got dust service.
Yeah, it's just stone dust.
It's gonna be green
Or
or red?
It's going to be blue. It's just like that. It's just regular stone dust.
Okay.
We're not going to do anything like,
Like a
a
hard
fancy.
true from a-
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
And
so
what
yes,
about,
for it.
I didn't hear on the fire pit, you've got an 18-inch raised granite fire pit. What is going to cover that?
Well, we're going to have it's 18 inches high, round circle, and then we're going to have a regular bluestone with grass growing in between as the patio surface around it.
And how high is that privet hedge that goes around the corner, which is going to hide the fire pit from?
Well, that's what I was asking. What height you'd want? I think 4 to 5 feet, or if we could go 5 to 6 feet, if you want, or.
I was trying to remember what the height of the privet is out.
The
on-
ones that go down Maury Lane,
Uh-huh.
those are tall. Those are like
7,
8
8
feet tall.
Yeah,
So could we go 5 to 6 feet?
yeah,
Yeah.
5 to
Okay.
6 feet.
Yeah,
Okay.
just to hide the bocce court and,
Sure.
and the fire pit. I just think, because when I turned into the new house, I was on the cobblestone there.
Sure, yeah.
And when you're coming down Maury Lane, you have a direct shot of that whole.
But it's
of the-
wide open from Milestone too.
Yep.
No, from Milestone, there's actually a hedge that goes like this, that goes across.
At the front?
In the front, and then we're running actually another hedge line that is gonna follow the curve of the driveway.
But what Abby said is true, because I brought this up whether the fence was between that house and the new house, and where the fence was and all the rest of the stuff, is in this time of the year, there's a
Well,
clear
we're gonna
line.
have, keep in mind, we're not doing a vegetative fence, we're doing an actual 4-foot type 2 picket fence around the whole pool area. So that with vegetation on the inside, so you're gonna be pretty well screened there.
Yeah, we
And then-
did okay,
yeah.
but it's,
And then he's got hedge in front of that.
And then I'll put the hedge in front of that and the hedge along the back bocce court at 5 to 6 feet.
5 to 6 feet.
All right.
So can I have a motion?
Yeah, motion to approve, doubling up the hedge on the, I guess this is the south
And east side.
south and east side, so there's no visibility of the bocce court or the fire pit.
I have one question. Where's the Keystone utility area?
Oh, sorry, all we're applying for on this application, John, is this.
Okay, I'm just saying, I couldn't find it, that's all.
Oh, sorry, yeah, that's why he bubbled in this. Sorry, he should have just taken all those off. That was from the previous approval.
Thank you.
Thanks. All those in favor of Abby's motion?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, so.
Right.
Chris, you're not joining us?
He can't, who's listening to someone?
Like to hang out,
Thursday afternoon at the police station.
Beautiful Thursday afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 7.
I brought pictures today because the picture that I took included was from the original back in 2005 when it was built. So it's a field, but now it's all many years later. It's kind of grown in. So, and then this is the only house on the development. So it looks like a driveway, but in reality, it's a bunch of lots.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that if you want to.
10 years ago, maybe?
I pulled the file. Yeah, I know it doesn't seem that long ago, but I guess it is. And then this is what it looks like now from the drive. It's a white shell road that goes in there. It was Mrs. Clark's old property. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Also, there is I guess there's some there's easements on the property, so there's a 50-foot buffer from the back of the land to the house. Yeah, kind of a design I've used before. I use it at Surfside, a similar version of the house, but this one's smaller because it's only a 3-bedroom septic.
Cookie cutter.
Reuse, recycle.
No, it's modified. Why reinvent the wheel if it works? You know. So.
But it does relate back to Bunker Hill, on top of the hill there on the right. The one next to the other one you're doing? Or is that not you? You know the one that, the Bunker Hill, on the corner of Maury Lane?
Oh no, I'm not doing that one.
No, but I mean,
Oh.
it relates back to that architect.
Yeah. I wanted to keep it obviously low, and like I said, it's only 3-bedroom septic, so it's 5-room, habitable room house. And I had to place it on the lot due to the buffer restricting things.
Looks like a golf club.
Oh yeah, up on the hill with the X window. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not going to have the colors though. It's just be gray and black.
I'd like to see white out there, actually.
I just going by the rural guideline thing. book, and I figured
Everything's white down there.
well, I wanted to be more of a subtle, hidden back. Well, the barns next to it, actually, of the neighbors, they're all cedar natural weather, and I want more disappear in the, except for that Nantucket gray trim with the black windows and door.
I think that's starting to pop.
I mean, it can be white. First time I get to do a non-white house.
John,
Yeah.
you ready?
Yeah. CD&E window.
That's next one, right here.
CD. On the one, there's a farm road going to the left of this property in the back.
Yeah, the dump. Yeah.
So basically, everything that's there is possibly visible.
There's a 50-foot buffer of all vegetation, and that's what I include in the photograph. They're not buildings, so that's on our property.
Right?
Yeah.
Your photo of it?
Yeah,
Okay.
somewhere around here.
I see all open land on the photo.
That's from the street to the buffer.
On A3, what is the ground elevation? Visible.
That's visible, yes.
G window, see, the 6/3s shouldn't interfere with the 6/6.
It's the
Only a
same,
couple of them.
yeah, hand size. It's in a mudroom above a sink.
What?
It's in a mudroom above a sink.
A mudroom?
It's a mudroom.
Well, it could be a 6/6, so
There's a sink below it. It's like sitting on the counter, and I wanted to, it's gone to eclectic buildings, random windows. So
It reads like that.
that's the idea.
the windows in a C, an F, and E. Are they hoppers or what are they?
They're hoppers, but they're like the top sash of the the double hung. So it's like to match all the same size, but yeah, they're hopper.
You can tilt in with all of it.
Almost, yeah.
See here.
Yeah.
We're up to the half. Those are my comments, thank you. These are the ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Looks good. Like the general design, I think on the east elevation, two comments. One would be the front door the columns look a little formal. Perhaps just simplifying the trim at the front door. And then the windows under the porch look just a little bit large to me, but I don't have a concern about it. I'm just making a comment. But the front door, I do think that's too formal for the facade. The column trim for the front door.
Okay. Is that it?
On the west is not visible, correct?
Okay,
So no comment there.
I'm going to make a point there. There are actually two elevations, both
This is
labeled west.
south.
Oh,
This is
shoot!
So
Sorry.
The second one, the lower one, is actually south.
Yeah, sorry.
So,
So the upper elevation is
The real west.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the real west. Okay. No other comments.
Diane?
I appreciate the fact that you kept the building too. I think it's
Nice.
very good. I think that on the question of the front door, what's on top of the
The transom.
yeah.
You want to take that out? Take it
Yeah.
out? I can take it out. This is a porch roof, so it doesn't really do anything.
No, and I don't think of those are those columns on either side
Those are
of the door or
pilasters.
just planks?
The pilasters.
Yeah,
planks.
that's all.
Yeah.
Plank is a descriptive word. I don't mind the planks. Pilasters.
Pilasters.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't mind the columns. I think they're simple, and as I say, that facade right there reminds me of the facade of the golf club.
I didn't even think of that until you mentioned it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
And with the cross bucks and the rest of it, I don't have any major problem with it. Thank you.
I think on the front of the house, the columns on the porch, I think the caps are, I'm not sure if you're missing a line on that, if it goes into a cap, or if it just looks very chunky to me. I'm not sure. If it just is a drawing error, do you
Oh,
think?
you know what's a line weight thing? It's
Okay.
chunky because I'm using it's a line weight number.
Yeah.
So
If
it's
they're-
just a simple.
They're very subtle.
They're
Yeah.
very subtle,
I use
okay.
the same column on all my projects, but
Okay, I would prefer a subtler version. And I think, to Stephen's point, a simpler trim around that door without the transom would read more like like I think the concept that you
let's
have.
scale it down.
Yeah. The other thought was, I think.
You can see them here, if that's where you're going.
Oh, yeah, on the columns on your half wall, shingled wall, the base, you've used the same base as you did on the columns on the front. Could that be reduced to
Yeah, it
just
can-
a simple?
It can come right down to a little
simpler shot?
plate.
Yeah, I've seen that, I think, yeah, that's all I have.
The only thing I would have to add to that is I'd like to see the same thing happen with the basis on the full height columns, because it's, those two vocabularies, the crossbuck thing and the base, they're not exact, they don't work together.
So just bring it right down to the
Straight down.
Simple,
yeah,
simple post.
right down to the plate,
That's
the
what
little
crossbuck
the plinth that it sits on. What do they call
Yeah.
it? Yeah. Sure.
Flint.
So can we do a couple of, I think we can do this through staff.
Yeah, I think so.
I have porch to have simple plates and
At the base.
at the base.
Yes.
Plinths. Did you say
Simpler
plates?
columns.
No, just having it come down to
Right, simple.
plates. You
Yes.
said plates, so I said plates.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. what
Well,
that
plate
is.
plinth. There's a word for it. A
Okay.
Greek Roman word.
They're all adornment, so we could get rid of them.
Yeah, exactly, that's, the simpler version is better.
So simpler column, simpler front door trim, no transom.
Yes.
Perfect. You'll know, right, when I bring this in, what we're
That's
talking about?
it.
So, perfect.
Okay.
It's a great design.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Stephen, can I consider that the motion?
It is.
All right. So, all those in favor of Stephen's motion?
Aye.
Oops. Okay. So,
You want to sign the plans?
Yeah, we could do that.
I guess that's it, folks.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
on the commission comments,
Uh-huh.
you asked me you wanted more information.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I want to propose for next week,
Okay.
I have my comments that I haven't brought up possibly, well,
Those were
starting next week.
Those were revisions through
I will
staff.
leave them here with the chairman, and give a copy to John. And the things I'm interested in basically to discuss are self-explanatory. One is the rules and regulations, the policies of the commission, why there's no staff, there's no administrator, the autonomy of the commission is gone. Pools outside of Old Historic area have bothered me for years. There's no need to hide them in the outside areas because most of them are not visible. And policy of the commission in all areas states that all pools should be screened in the Old Historic area, which we stick by. So I want to submit this to you, and we can get a discussion thing. And also, we held something to look at, and I got a very good lawyer's opinion, one of the best in the state that I know. In the Nantucket Charter 4.6, the suggestion was to repeal all authority of any kind issued by this board to somebody other than somebody on the board or the administrator. Thank you, Terry. And unless voted by the commission. Right? And the town administrator cannot hire without the approval of the HCC. That's just in the town charter. And it bothers me greatly that March 4th, 2015, we had a letter from the Board of Selectmen stating a lack of professional staff here, and they wanted something to be done about it, and we haven't. So we sit here as a commission that has no powers whatsoever other than judging architecture. So who we hire, who we don't, we should be interested in hiring somebody and get things moving along. That's just the way I feel, and we'll just discuss it greatly at the next chance we have a meeting so we can meet. And
All right, I'll make sure this gets on.
Yeah.
For the
thank you.
other business. Okay. So I think having.
Oh,
Were we going to
Yeah, motion to.
bring up one other thing? Remember I said last time that we should make some comments about the zoning, what zoning proposals have to do with us?
The review. You want that on the?
Yeah, we
other-
don't
okay.
think of, it's late
So,
for this one, but it
I'll,
might by September one.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
you might know that. Why are there so many zoning changes proposed?
Because he thinks them up.
Well, I don't think that's entirely fair, Diane.
You don't?
No, I don't entirely.
Hang on.
True. 1953 now.
Sorry, I was commenting on that.
Okay, but so, just so that everybody's clear, we can't deliberate on anything right now.
No,
Yeah.
and that was a question I just asked Steve as an aside, so
Okay.
we don't have to discuss that.
So, yeah, John, I'll get these on, and Diane, I'll try and think of some language
Yes.
to get yours on too.
Thank you.
Okay? All right, so I think somebody was about to make a motion to adjourn.
Yeah, motion to adjourn.
So moved. So I
I made it at 2:52. Anyway, doesn't matter.
What's that?
Doesn't matter who made it. I made one 2
Oh, you
minutes
did?
ago. It don't
Oh.
matter.
All those in favor of John's motion?
I have something you need.
I just think John.
You get-
Oh, I thought you meant a brain.